Good morning! Today I'm coming to you from the beautiful city of Stockholm. And to help me plan my visit here, I've enlisted the help of two AI systems, ChatGPT and Grok. I've asked both systems to recommend the top 20 attractions in Stockholm. So, let's see which one does the best. As you might imagine, there are a lot of attractions that both systems recommend. But number one on the list for both of them is Gamla Stan, the old town. As the name suggests, the old town is the oldest part of the city, dating back to the 13th century, although most of the buildings are from the 1600s and 1700s. Gamla Stan is a labyrinth of cobbled streets, narrow alleyways, full of colourful buildings, loads of restaurants, and quite a few tacky souvenir shops. Both ChatGPT and Grok agree that the heart of the old town is Stortorget, home to the Nobel Prize Museum, and also the gateway to most of the other major attractions in the old town. And next on the list for both systems is Stortorget, Stockholm Cathedral. And the cathedral happens to be right next to the next item on both of the lists, the Royal Palace. So we have the Royal Palace, the cathedral, and now the Parliament building. Next on the list, City Hall. And that brings me to the last place that the two systems agree on, Riddarholmen, and its church. Okay, so up to now, ChatGPT and Grok have been in complete agreement about the top attractions here in Stockholm. But now, ChatGPT is sending me to some gardens and Grok to the narrowest street in Stockholm. Let's see. So this is the Kungstrad Garden Park, as recommended by ChatGPT. And very pretty it is too. And so to the narrowest street in Stockholm, as recommended by Grok. Well, it's definitely narrow, no doubt about that. But I must say, I prefer ChatGPT's gardens. Well, this is ChatGPT's next recommendation. Drottninggatan Shopping Street. I'm not a big fan of shopping, but let's give it a go. Well, it's just a busy street with shops. Well, ChatGPT's next recommendation is the Swedish Opera House, which is a bit difficult to see at the moment because they're setting up the stage for a huge concert. And the other side of the building is under renovation. And Grok's penultimate recommendation, the National Museum. So, welcome to day 2 of my ChatGPT versus Grok Stockholm challenge. Yesterday, ChatGPT came out slightly on top, so let's see how it goes today. And top of the list on day 2 for both AI systems is the Vasa Museum, home to the only fully intact 16th century ship ever salvaged. So, highly recommended by both ChatGPT and Grok. I'm here at the ABBA Museum. But I'm not really a fan, so I'm going to give it a miss. And right next to the ABBA Museum, the Gröna Lund amusement park. And also within walking distance, the Nordic Museum. And the next one on the list for both ChatGPT and Grok is Fotografiska, the Museum of Photography, Art and Culture, including an exhibition by Anton Corbijn, the Dutch photographer and music video director for U2, Depeche Mode and many others.
And it should give you a chance to get a glimpse of this genius.
And here's another place that both systems totally agree on, the Skansen Open-Air Museum. And the last one that both systems agree on, the Djurgården Canal Walk. Well, this is where ChatGPT has sent me. To that elevator in the background. Well, can't see how this earns a place on the top attractions in Stockholm. So, on to the next attraction. Let's see if Grok can come up with something better than ChatGPT's Katarina elevator. Shouldn't be too hard. Oh, the Rosendal's garden. Thank you, Grok. Much nicer than that elevator. And this is the last stop for the recommendations made by Grok. The Moderna Museet, a collection of 20th century and contemporary art. This is one of the outdoor works. It's called Part 1. Another outdoor work, Monument to the Last Cigarette. The Four Elements, and a large work, simply known as The Paradise. And to end the day, both systems recommend viewpoints. This is where Grok has brought me. There's the Photography Museum in the foreground, the old town in the background, the island with the modern museum which I just visited, and then the Djurgården Island where I've spent most of the day, with the amusement park, the open air park, and lots of museums. And this is the viewpoint recommended by ChatGPT, with City Hall, the Skeppsholmen Church, the cathedral, and the old town. Beautiful view, obviously, but not quite as panoramic as the Grok recommendation. And so that's the end of my 2-day stay in Stockholm. And I think we can call it a draw between ChatGPT and Grok. Whichever one you choose to use, or if you choose to use something else. Stockholm is a wonderful city that you can't fail to enjoy. But for me, it's on to Copenhagen. So, see you there.